lot of awesome cases. I can remember one partner. He was working, stops his car coming eastbound, coming out of Chicago. You know, it's a normal stop. Young female. She gets out of the car, pretty little female. She was a school teacher in Detroit, and he was a very seasoned veteran, very good at his job, and so he's talking to her, and she's just, you know, gives him the story, and he's just like, you know, and his big thing, looking back on it, was quite funny. She had one little duffel bag sitting in the middle of the back seat, and the story she gave, he's like, I remember walking up, he goes, something's not right. I go, what? He goes, she only has one duffel bag in there. I go, yeah? He goes, it's a girl. He goes, how many girls do you know only take one duffel bag anywhere? Like, she had went from Detroit to Chicago for a couple of days. He's like, there's no way she's only going to have one duffel bag, you know, that kind of stuff, you know. Those little stuff, you know, that we looked at. But anyways, fast forward, we find in the rear of her car, it's all trapped out. She had 25 keys of coke, couple keys of heroin, some money. And then we were able to go deliver that in Detroit, take down some fellows over there. One of them ended up being linked into the Black Mafia family, ended up into a huge case. They did a couple shows on it. And so, yeah, it was a really fun case. And we had some where we had $1 million, $1.5 million, $2 million stops that just broke into these awesome cases. So yeah, it was just because of where we were located. You know, I remember one time one of the guys on the unit stops this guy, and we ended up finding a compartment in a Jeep, has, you know, 50, 60 grand. It wasn't a lot, but the guy was an upper leadership for the Sinaloa cartel. And so they actually he'd been hiding under a different identity, and he basically got ripped at his drug house, and they stole his fake passport. And so he was left with his true identity. And so we stop him. He has no identity. Well, we had fingerprint readers that we would carry on
the
our
mobile
car.
one, like rapid ID and stuff.
Yeah, they're just a little Bluetooth one. So I'm gonna never forget. He's like, man, I knew I was screwed when I saw you guys walk up with that thing. And I remember he's like, you goddamn troopers and your technology. And so yeah, we ran his prints. He comes back with a DEA warrant, and so we spent a lot of time talking with him, just trying to learn the game. And this guy had actually met with Chapo Guzman back when Chapo was on the loose, and so that's how he was. So it was cool, you know, to learn from him. And I remember I drove him to the federal holding facility, and we were just talking about traps in cars and, you know, this and that. And so yeah, we had a lot of awesome cases like that just because of where we were located, right between Detroit and Chicago.